Hi, I'm Dave Ulrich. I'm a professor at the University of Michigan School of Business and a co-founder and partner of the RBL Group. What we're talking about today is one of the first and key skills of leadership sustainability. And we know that leaders have to implement and sustain what they start. One of the early efforts in sustainability is simplicity. The importance is very real. I have a daughter who's now 32. When she was 16, I was sitting at my laptop making a list of all the things I did wrong as a father and as a parent and as a husband and as a professional. And it was in my computer, password protected. She came out, Monica said, "Dad, what are you doing?" And I said, "I'm making a list of things I could improve." And she said, "How many do you have on your list?" And I said, 82. And she quickly said, "I can add 10, which is what teenage kids do. One of the mistakes of that kind of effort is we come up with our 80 things we can change, and we change none of them. Because if you've got 80 things to change and you've got 100 units of energy, none of the units or none of the change issues get very many priorities. There's a lot of fascinating research about that and experience about the importance of simplicity. Walmart in America wants to open stores, and they're trying to build their business. They're going to open 50 stores. Do we open one in each of 50 states? And in America, we have states as provinces. Or do we open 50 in one state? It's a very interesting intellectual question. And the answer is 50 in one state, because we focus. And we put our energy around the key things that will make it happen. Leaders who try to sustain change, they know a lot of things they need to improve. You probably don't have 82 plus or minus 10. But all of us have a checklist of things we need to get better at as people and as leaders. Simplicity says, take that broad list and winnow it down. What are the few key priorities that I can focus on? And when I get those priorities focused, they become simple and appropriate. Companies today are working to build simplicity in everything they do. Now, what are the tools for winnowing that down? Define the problem. What is it I'm trying to fix? Don't fix the wrong problem. There's an old story, and we found that it's unfortunately apocryphal. NASA was trying to get a pen that would write upside down in space because the astronauts were upside down. Millions of dollars. The apocryphal story is the Russians told their astronauts to use a pencil. Don't fix the wrong problem. Don't make it too complex. Prioritize. Of all the things that are important and urgent, some of Steve Covey's wonderful work, where do we focus our limited resources? Frame the problem. Integrate. Find integrated solutions to the things that we ought to be doing. Sequence. What comes first? What comes second? Where do I start? And start usually means with the tipping point, the early successes that we can do. Focus. Where do I focus? How do I focus and stick with it? The last idea in building simplicity is to avoid concept clutter. I love the idea of concept clutter. I was in a company recently and they had a vision, mission, strategy, goals, objectives, priorities. It was much too complicated. How do you keep it simple? Procter & Gamble has a one-page memo. And on that one-page memo for decades, they identify what's the choice, what are the decisions, what are the rules, and you make it. Simplicity says we go from something very complex to one or two things I should focus on. Sustainability doesn't mean we change the world. We change one piece at a time, one simple piece at a time. Thank you.